based on those objectives, then prioritize that list in order that the most critical things are done first and other things basically are either done later or drop off completely. In this case, this client realized that a few projects that were listed as high priority were really not that critical to their revenue or to their business goals in the near term, or even, for that matter, over time.
Interesting, interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. Why don't we move on to the next question? At our organization, we have trouble getting support from our leaders. How do we get our leaders to support the change?
That is another common question that we hear often from audiences, and I could give you a couple of insights. Depending on where you are in the organization, you may have a level of influence or very limited influence to the senior leaders. One way that you can influence leadership commitment for change is to help create a felt need for change. How do you do that? Is by collecting information, feedback from customers and employees, and feeding that information to senior management. Most people will feel comfortable with facilitating change in that manner, and most leaders will be agreeable to seeing an assessment or the result of some type of survey or evaluation like the Ascent profile that could point out the need for change to the senior leaders. Again, the ability to feed information and feedback from customers and employees is your greatest lever.
Great. I guess we'll just do one last question and then we'll be out of time. What do we do if we would like to apply the Ascent process but we don't have the skills and we can't afford an advisor?
That is a great question, and that goes to the case that I was just talking about of a company that was very much strapped for resources. And rather than bring